Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I am your host, Mike Luke, joined by Mr. Jason Shear. Hello, Jason Shear. How are you doing today?
Splendid, Michael. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Well, we are getting closer. We are inching closer to game day. We have a lot to get to on this show. We are going to talk about the Arizona running backs room. We're going to talk about Kansas State players that you need to know. I actually ripped a few of these off Shear's Wildcat Authority board, but some of them I actually came up with myself. But we need to talk about the Arizona running game here and where exactly things do stand with the Wildcats. Now, I was accused of saying, of pulling a Shear on the message board by saying, oh, no big deal if JCM is out. That is not what I said. First of all, I'm saying you don't want JCM to be out, obviously. Oh, Portland Timbers in here. But here's where I'm at, is that Quali Conley, Kedrick Risano, and hopefully Pham are more than good enough, in my opinion. I think if Quali Conley is the main back this entire season, Shear, I think Quali Conley goes for 1,200 yards. He's good enough. I have no problem with Quali Conley. Again, I don't know that he's got kind of the next level oomph that JCM does, but Quali Conley is more than good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, look, we were big Jacory fans.
We are,
ride or die Jacory, but Quali's awesome. I mean, we've been saying it. Like, it's not just some dude from San Jose State, Brennan Brock. Yeah, like, he's good. They'll be fine. Like, going into Friday's matchup, I'm not concerned. Now, I don't know if they're going to run the ball well, but I don't know if that's a Jacory issue as much as, Kansas State has a really good defensive line, and Arizona's offensive line has struggled or struggled against NAU. But that's really what I'm looking at, as opposed to the quality of the running backs. I think Quali's fine.
Yes, and let's see here. Irish Mike, remember, if your team has a bad game, just say it's because the staff decided to be vanilla. That is funny. They played a little bit too much with fire with the vanilla ice cream, and I did not like that. But either way, now let's talk about Kedrick Risano here for a second. And again, Shear, try saying it correctly like Portland Timbers does. Risano, not Riscano. Come on.
Yeah, it is Risano. It's Risano. Risano. Kedrick Risano.
Until yesterday, you didn't believe me.
I always believe everything you say, Michael.
All right. This dude, you and I were talking about this as I was pulling weeds the other day, but you made a rare good point where you said you can tell that guy is going to be a monster, and it's probably going to start next season, although maybe it'll start this season. You can see why he's a year removed from being a top 10 back in the country. He's good. Yeah,
I mean, and the thing is, this isn't like a third-year guy, right? That's like that hasn't played yet and then transferred. This is a guy that, I mean, he was in the depth chart at Ole Miss. He only has been in college for a year. He's going to be really good.
You know who he reminds me Risano. You know who it reminds me a little bit of? Nebraska's got this running back, Dante Dowdell, who transferred from Oregon. Didn't play a ton last year, but he was also a top 15 back. It's the guys that have been like in college for like 3 years, and they've never really done anything. Those are the ones that I'm like, Although DJ Williams says, Mike Luke, middle finger to you on that one.
But DJ Williams had a crazy year before he came to Arizona.
That is true. That is true.
He was injured, but he had that 1 year at Auburn where it was awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's really hard. Like, when you look at transfers and they haven't done anything for 3 years and then just assume they're going to be good, that's where it gets a little iffy. Like, there's guys like that don't really put up numbers, and you just automatically assume they're going to be awesome.
All right, now let's talk a little bit about Alonzo Carter. I have to give Shear a lot of credit on Alonzo Carter. Now listen, when Alonzo Carter came here, everybody was talking about just what a beast he was. And at first I was like, well, why has he been at San Jose State so long? I was wrong. Now, again, I don't know that it was a proclamation that Alonzo Carter wasn't good, but and Shear did say that was a valid point. This dude is a beast. This guy, as long as he is here, we are going to have a loaded running back room. I love how he goes about it. In no time flat, he restocked this running back room into one of the better ones in the country. Keep in mind, you could lose a guy like JCM, and we're still talking about having a back that'll probably go for 1,300 yards. Risano, same thing as well. Very much, very impressive there, Jason Shear.
Mike, you got to stop saying he's going for 1,200 yards.
Why not?
You know how much 1,200 yards is?
Yeah, it's like 90 yards a game.
No, that's 100 yards a game.
All right. Well, he's on pace for it. I'm going to say I'll stand on
you
it.
And your numbers. You and your numbers.
No, I'll stand on this.
No, Zo's awesome. And Arizona's going to land one more running back in this class. It's going to be good. The guy recruits, but it's more than recruiting. He coaches really well. I mean, and he's fun to watch. And you see in practice, he's intense. He's the guy yelling. There's a few coaches that yell. He's one of them in a good way. Zo's the man. He really is. And I there was a major push from people internally or externally at San Jose State to hire Zo. And I think they made a good hire. But it would have been really interesting if Arizona wasn't able to bring him along.
Yes, again. So either way, I feel very good about. I feel very, very good about this. Now, we are all Texas State fans. We are definitely going to talk about that. Texas State has a very real chance of winning this game, by the way, against ASU. When you look at that line, that would be very, very nice. But we will get back to that. Now, let's talk about the O-line. Again, the O-line does not look great. I get it. Irish Mike makes that point, but I am willing. For some odd reasons, I am willing to give last game a little bit of a pass. Here is still where I'm at, though, with the offensive line here, Skier. Listen, I think the staff made the right move by not putting Matthew Lotto out there. I did not understand that. I get it.
That's fair. I'm okay with that. Ryan Stewart was okay.
Yeah, but I also don't think that Matthew Lotto was ready for that moment, though. So that just is what it is. You got Big Jonah, obviously, at left tackle. I'm going to keep saying this until the end of time. Between Wendell Moy, Big Jonah, Josh Baker out there, Leif as well. Other guys, I know that's only 4 players, and obviously Leif splitting time at guard. But this should still not be a bad offensive line, period, point blank, in my opinion.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't. And, like, I wonder, like, is Josh Baker that good? And I'm saying he's good. Don't get me wrong, but like, is he that good? You know, like where you literally can't function without him. And maybe it is. Maybe he is, or maybe there's just that big of a gap between Stovall and Baker. We're going to find out Friday. Baker's going to play, but man, it was just bad, right? Like, there's no sugarcoating it. And I know Brennan tried to a little bit yesterday. It was bad. It was about as bad of an offensive line performance as you'll see.
Now, Irish Mike says it was our left side that struggled the most picking up the rushers, which was weird. There was very poor communication here. Can we just say that, Sheer? How about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Okay. That's all that we need to say. Yes. By the way, ASU has one good back. Exactly. Thank you, Ryan Neal. All these ASU people coming in here talking about their loaded running back room. He's good. Yeah, it's good. Cool. There's one. Don't miss me with the slim down DeCarlos Brooks, or the 170-pound running back. No, thanks. Arizona, I'll take Arizona's backs. Period. Point.
That's going to be I am very intrigued by that game on Thursday.
Yeah, Jordan.
I don't know who's going to win, but I am very intrigued.
Back the AMD in here. Very, very much like that. Back the AMD. I'm a big fan of the show. Now, the question is asked, are the tight ends a thing? Well, they better start to be.
I don't look, and it sounds, and Irish Mike is right. It's a cop-out, and Kansas State fans are saying the same thing. If we don't see more Friday of what we saw during camp, I'm going to be annoyed.
Yes.
Because we saw things in camp that Arizona hasn't even come close to running. Tight end formations and motions and all this stuff that Arizona hasn't attempted to run at all. It better come out on Friday.
By the way, I have a lame name, so I'm always jealous of people that have great names. Dude, this is a great name. Angel Antonio Chavez. Very much welcome to the chat. Sheer, I would kill to have that name. You are a very successful person in life if your name is Angel Antonio Chavez.
We could come up with something similar to you.
Miguel Aranez Luquez.
Miguel Teduardo Luke.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, love that name. Yes. WBMB 1977 IFY. Very good name. Where he says, will the tight ends be used this week? I agree with you, Sheer. It's now time for the real bullets are flying. What's a fake bullet called? Is there such thing as a fake bullet?
Not really. That's Alec Baldwin.
You went there, not me. Either way, this is where it's at. You don't leave anything on the table against Kansas State. You already got a fan base. It's kind of uncomfortable with how you played in the first 2 games. A blank, Mike. Yeah, PHN heck. Yes. The great Kevin Thomas. You've got to be able, though, to showcase everything here, Sheer. That's where I'm at with this. Everything has to be on the table. You hit everything, cool. It's also time to be able to unload the banana clip.
Yeah, look. Oh, that's what it was. Look at you. Yeah, this is it, man. It shows the offense. We're not saving it. And again, If not, I'm putting that strictly on Babers.
Yeah, no, I would agree entirely. Now, one thing about this, though, and we're going to get back to the offense here. We're going to get back to the offense here in a second. That I think that we do need to talk about it. But first, Empire Flooring. Look at Jason Shear. Look at that shirt that he is wearing. That shirt looks like something that a man that has Empire Flooring would utilize. Now, also, Kevin Thomas, our good buddy, our good pal Kevin Thomas. Also, I'm not sure that he has Empire Flooring, but I'm not sure that he doesn't either. Here's the deal. With Empire Flooring, schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive a $350 off discount when they use promo code PHNX. Restrictions apply. See empiretoday.com/PHNX for details. Hey, check this out. By the way, Sheer, my parents actually do have Empire Flooring. My mother has mentioned this to me many times. When I go over to the house, well, they don't like me over there to begin with, but they don't like me stepping on the flooring, and that is because it is Empire Flooring. Janet does not like it because the Empire Flooring is great.
Janet's two best decisions, having a Michael Luke and Empire Flooring.
It's always. Now, also, one other one that we need to talk about here, Jason Shear. Sanderson Ford. These two things, you talk about staples of the Southwest. These are two things that go right hand in hand with each other. And listen, you look at Shear, you're like, man, that guy's got no neck. He must have played football. He is a big, strong, powerful individual, just like Sanderson Ford. Check it out. Look at that. Shear, no neck. No neck, Shear. And if Shear's in one of those really cool, look at this Ford truck right here. This thing just reeks coolness. Has something that could even make me look cool. But either way, I don't know about that. But either way, swap the Sanderson Ford playoff sale with no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense. Football is back, and so are the deals at Arizona's largest Ford dealership, Sanderson Ford. See dealer for details. By the way, how cool would I look, though, in a Sanderson Ford? Like in that Nelly video we were talking about, too, where he's...
It's hard to make you look cooler, but the Ford would help, Mike. The Ford would help.
Sanderson Ford, check it out. Okay, now, let's talk a little bit about, let's see here. Oh, Cade Harrop. All right, Cade. You are very trigger-based. All right, now, anyways, back to the Arizona. I expect this team, and I'm going to say this until the end of time, I do not care. I expect this to be a top 15 offense in the country. I do. There's enough talent there. There is enough players there across the board. If we're looking back at the end of the year and this is like the 42nd best offense in the country, then this was a massive overachievement. Arizona should be able to put up points. We're going to get into Kansas State here in a second, but Arizona should be able to put up points, Skier.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
No, seriously. I mean, we said it before. Like this offense, I don't usually put pressure on coaches and just come out and say it, but that's where I'm at. That's where I've been at. If this offense isn't successful, I'm looking right at Babers unless the O-line is just injured to heck.
Right. And I would expect some of the stuff you saw with Noah Fafita, I would be very surprised if that were to occur again, just because, like I said, the communication was not great in this game. Now, I'm going to keep saying it because, again, I will say this, and I am not out. I had somebody else again tweet at me, Jeremiah Patterson. I am still all in on Jeremiah Patterson. We said this yesterday on the show. Sheer, we will not bow down in the face of adversity. We will continue to advocate for Jeremiah Patterson.
I'll go one step further, Michael. The Kansas State publisher just sent me questions, said, what offensive players should I keep an eye on? I said, well, I'm not going to say Noah or T-Mac. That's obvious. Jeremiah Patterson,
period. All right, Cade Harrop here. This putts. You guys look terrible against NAU and let New Mexico score 39. Who has the longest winning streak in the country, Cade?
I also did not realize. Did you realize Idaho beat Wyoming on Saturday?
Yeah, I know. Wyoming's not good.
They scored 13 points against Idaho.
Yes, yeah. Wyoming is not good. So we will sit there and say that.
I will give credit. If they beat Texas State on a short week on a Thursday, I think that's a pretty good win. Now, that's the best win of the season.
I would definitely agree with that. Okay, now let's go to some of the graphics. Let's look at some K-State stuff right here. Okay, here's the deal with K-State. Opponent's point per game, 37 points per game, 16 points per game. Arizona 41-24. here's what this comes down to for me. K-State has a very, very, very good running game. You got two very solid backs in Giddens and in Dylan Edwards. That is where I believe Arizona, if Arizona can control the run against Kansas State, I feel very, very good about it.
Yeah, it's in Kansas State. Remember, we talk about vanilla offenses. Do you know how many touches Dylan Edwards has through 2 games?
How many?
12.
12.
That's it.
Exactly. And
he's going to have 12 on Friday.
And Giddens is very, very good.
Yeah, Giddens is awesome. Avery Johnson hasn't played well, but he's either due for a really bad game or a really good one. He's been very average so far. The defensive front is really good, and the linebackers are good. The secondary is not, but man, that defensive front and the linebackers, they're good.
Well, that's what I'm going to talk about. If you're looking at the best defensive fronts in the Big 12, you're probably starting with Kansas State. It's a very, very good defensive front. And it's also, and then you look at the linebackers as well. This is a very, very good, very good defense. You know, quite frankly, Kansas State is just a solid team. But that's also where I'm at, though, with this, is that if Arizona goes in there and can't compete with Kansas State, then we got massive problems. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's, and again, like, I saw someone on the board, it might have been Irish Mike, I don't know, who said, like, this is a must-win game. It's not a must-win game. It's a really difficult game. Arizona's 7.5-point underdogs for a reason, but I need this game to be close. I need it to be competitive. I can't have it be 28-7. I can't have Arizona be outmatched from the get-go. I need Arizona to go into a hostile environment on a Friday night and give Kansas State all it can handle.
Yes. Okay. By the way, now Glenn has entered the chat. Glenn pulling Glenn, our ASU guy, Glenn, who is now. This is very interesting. He unfollowed me on Twitter yesterday just to follow me again, and I got the notification that Glenn was following.
Typical Glenn.
Glenn playing hard to get. Nice try, Glenn. We know what you're up to. All right, Portland Timbers. No. I know that you're kidding.
I'm gonna ask Akina. I don't think he'll tell me, but I am going to ask Akina if they have to spy Avery Johnson.
All right, Justin Flo to spy. No, but could it be Chase Kennedy? Hey, I got to give Chase Kennedy looked pretty good in that last game, Sheer.
Yeah. Why not Owen Goss? I would assume Owen would be the natural.
That would be the one that I would definitely.
I assume, I don't know. It's going to be interesting if Dalton can't go, but I would assume we see the dollar on Friday.
All right. Well, Arizona has a lot of different stuff. Now it will. Irish Mike says you're a liar, Sheer. Irish Mike. Here's what Irish Mike says. I didn't say must win. We should expect to win and not be happy with moral victories.
No, I'm always happy with moral victories.
No, that's what we're about here, man. We can go 12-0 on the season if we have moral victories.
Yeah. If you don't have moral victories, what do you have?
Yeah, you don't really have anything. Now, defensively, then I do. That's where I'm at, though. I expect Arizona to obviously sell out to stop the run. But if Avery Johnson beats you through the air, not good. Not good.
Yeah. I was watching some film. He has not put together like a really good game, but he also doesn't have a lot of stinkers.
Right.
For whatever reason, he hasn't been running as much as I thought in the first 2 games. Now that could be the whole vanilla thing. That could be teams taking that away, but you look at his running attempts, Mike, and he only has 11 carries through 2 games.
Right. So, I mean, but he also, you look at his passing attempts too, and there's just not, again, this is not something that
they absolutely lean on their run game.
Yes, they do lead on the run game, and that's one of the better running games. Now, let's talk about a few of the defensive players. Brendan Mott, very, very good. Let's see, started all 13 games last year. Big 12 honorable mention. He's very good. Sherry, somebody Arizona's gonna have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, he's a stud. It's the tackles are gonna have their hands full.
Yeah,
exactly. I worry about. I like Ryan Stewart, but this week I worry about Ryan Stewart. In an ideal world, Rhino somehow is back.
Yeah, I don't
expect him back. But
right. I don't expect him to be back either, so that's going to be something interesting.
Maybe they could give him like some stem cell, like that super stem cell where.
Oh, what was the thing that Ray Lewis took where he like deer antler spray or something?
Maybe they can give him some of that.
Right.
Or like Kobe went to Germany and like got better from an Achilles in like 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, like they take it and they like spin like the yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Now, another guy, obviously very good as well, is you've also got you got a linebacker here that is quite good. They're very good. They're very good, pretty much across the board defensively, outside of the corners. Austin Moore, very good.
Yeah, I don't like their secondary, and
I don't-
maybe it's better, but their secondary has looked bad in both games. But yeah, more Romaine. That would you never say more
Romaine. Yeah, I like
You
it.
don't eat salads. But yeah, I mean their front mixed with those guys it's good.
Yes. Now, let's see here. Also, no, ASU has not looked like the best team in the conference. That would be Utah.
Utah's very clearly the best team in the conference.
Yeah, and it's not even. I don't even know that it's close. If you were to put Utah and Arizona State, a fully healthy, I think that line is what on a neutral field -10.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Now, Cade coming in here with those kind of jokes. Yeah, of course, that would be something that an ASU fan would come in here with. Yes. Now, let's talk about Tyler Loop. That was brought up. This is also the kind of game where I feel it's very nice having a very, very good kicker, though, Jason Shear. Games like this. We've gone into a lot of games before where we're like, oh, gosh, we have absolutely no kicking. That is, I don't know.
I knew the vibes were bad against NAU when Loop missed a field goal.
Yeah.
I turned to Shelby and go, oh, no. I'm like, oh, no, it's going to be one of these. I'm cool with Tyler Loop. Obviously, kicking. I think you need to be able to hit field goals on the road. You cannot come up empty on drives. I don't care if it's. I mean, I care if it's a field goal, but field goal, touchdown. You cannot come up empty on drives on the road.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't. Now, with a Loop with a 56-yarder for the win, I would definitely take that. I would be more than okay with that. Now, let's talk about the D-line here. We're going to find out about the D-line. Last year, D-line for Arizona was very good because you had, now, again, I didn't necessarily like the strategy, but you had about 13 guys who were all 6'5", 320 pounds. You don't have that this year. It's going to be a lot of eyes on Isaiah Johnson and Chuba in this one. A lot of eyes.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be tested. And I'm curious, and we're going to find out, so the defensive line rotation was narrowed last game. Is Darton healthy? I think they need Darton in this game. He did not play against NAU. We're going to find out why, if it's a health thing or long-term, whatever it'll be. Chuba and Isaiah Johnson are going to have to get push. They have to. They're not going to stop Kansas State. Look, if they stop Kansas State from running, Arizona probably blew out Kansas State. They have to contain that run game, that big play run game.
Well, this is also why you think that Arizona is better without BBN.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so
how many snaps? I got to look at how many snaps he played against Michigan.
All I know is he starts, man.
I'm gonna look that up. I know. I like BBN. I'm just curious. I'm gonna look that up for my sake. While you talk, I'm gonna look that up.
No. This is Shear. Shear hates BBN. Shear has always hated BBN.
It's a good question.
Yeah. Now Chase Kennedy I will say this. I got to give a little bit of credit to Portland Timbers on this. I did not see it with Chase Kennedy, 210 pounds, but it does look like he could be with somebody that offers a little bit of a pass rush.
Real quick, Bill Norton played 11 snaps and was the worst graded defender by far against Michigan.
Yeah, and he started. Cool.
41 rating. Do you know what a 41 rating is defensively? You know who's been better, and I'll credit him, is Tia Savea.
Dude.
Who also did not play. He didn't play against Michigan.
BBN starts, dude. You lose, period.
Did you realize that Texas also has Jermaine Lowley?
Yeah, I did know that.
Man, now, they're loaded. Are they the best team in the country?
Let's see. All right. Joseph calling you out.
I was not wrong about Latrell punt returns.
Two things Skier was wrong about this summer was Latrell punt returns, and that we didn't need BBN. Shear, you're getting slapped around.
Latrell's punt returns, he lost that job. I'm not wrong about that. That was I don't know what that even was.
Yeah. Hey, Joseph, I never use PFF. That's what Shear does. I never use PFF.
Mike, we use PFF when it helps our cause. That's not true.
Okay. Well, either way, fine enough. Well, you do. I do not just sit in there as well. All right.
Yeah, you tell Billy. He's a quitter. He left. No, we need to put this into perspective here, Mike. Even if he didn't start at Arizona, he would have played 30 snaps a game. We agree?
Probably.
He has played 17 snaps through 2 games.
He starts, though.
Who cares?
He starts.
What is that? That's the difference for you?
He
Starting
sacrifices. He's prepared to sacrifice.
Oh, he did not sacrifice his wallet. I'll tell you.
Yeah, no, he sacrificed. Now, Glenn, who knows nothing about Arizona football and never has, he asked who the best blocking running back is. My guy, Caden Luke, 2.0 Caden Luke. Do we see Caden Luke in this game?
Yes, I'm more wondering if we see Caden Luke in the package where he actually gets a pass, because there is a package where he can.
Oh, I would very much love that. Caden Luke is going to become an absolute legend here by the time.
If he scores on Friday, it's over. Print the jerseys, sell the NLI, all that.
Now, let's talk Circle K for a second. I've had many people that ask, Mike, you should get off of this and you should go, I am going to go look for a job at that Circle K on 6th Street. And I am dead serious about this. Circle K, I want to get 1 4-hour shift per month. I think it would be fantastic. But again, check it out. Circle K. Sure, you are part of the inner circle. This is true.
I am. I'm absolutely part of the inner circle. Shelby and I pound the inner circle.
You know, one person that is definitely not part of the inner circle that I can definitely just tell, Glenn. There is no way that Glenn is part of the inner circle. No way.
We want Glenn to be part of the inner circle. He's the outer circle.
Yeah, Glenn is the outer circle. We do not want that. But either way, check it out. Circle K, all kinds of really good stuff. Join the inner circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details. Sure, did we ever figure out how many Circle Ks there were in St. Louis? Wasn't it like 870?
Yeah, it was a lot. I didn't count them because I hope that I have better things to do. But it was a lot.
Wait a second. All right. It was a lot of Circle Ks. How many Circle Ks there, Mr. Kevin Thomas?
Look at that hat.
I like that.
Thank you. Definitely enough Circle Ks to fill up a tank and join the inner circle for sure. Make it worth your while.
Do you have a Circle K, like a favorite Circle K in the Archways city?
Ooh. Unfortunately, there was not really a Circle K by my home where I grew up in St. Louis. There were other less quality gas stations. But I did when I would go downtown, I would always make my trip to the Circle K. There's one downtown that I would always go to.
Nice,
I love Circle
nice. Are there more Circle Ks in St. Louis or Phoenix?
Ooh. Honestly, since I moved up here, I think Phoenix.
Interesting.
I think Phoenix might lead the nation in Circle Ks per capita.
Yeah, that's
and probably per quality too. I mean, Arizona has the best Circle Ks. We know
Arizona does have the best.
Yes, we know this.
Arizona does. Yeah, we know it's true. Arizona does have the best Circle Ks. So again, become part of the inner circle. Also, another reason we like Kevin Thomas more than Jacob Franklin, Chicken and Pickle. Jacob Franklin invited us to Chicken and Pickle. And guess what? When it came time, when the rubber met the road, guess what Jacob Franklin did? He rescinded that invitation. Sure, this is true.
Yeah, turned his back on us. Disgusting. I'm still upset about it.
He turned his back on us. Kevin Thomas would not do this. This is true. Now, head to chickenandpickle.com to see all the fun you can have at their Glendale location. That might be a place where Glenn would show up, at their Glendale location.
That was good. That was really good.
Was that good? Was that funny?
So creative.
Yes. Now, check it out. Either way, Chicken and Pickle, another one of these ones where you will thank me later. Sign up for the Cardinals tailgates at Chicken and Pickle. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Very, very good. Chicken and Pickle. Doesn't this look good? This looks like something Tommy Lloyd would consume.
100. He's absolutely been there. There's no doubt in my mind.
Exactly. Now, check it out. Chicken and Pickle. Okay. Now, Palmer Hoffman, P-Hoff. What was the bigger betrayal? Jed to Arizona or Jacob Franklin to Mike and Jason? Ooh.
Jacob
hurt more.
Yeah.
We thought we knew him.
Yeah.
We thought we knew him, and we definitely don't. It is what it is. Okay, now let's get back to this Arizona. Here's kind of where I'm at with this. We talked about this yesterday as well. We're going to keep talking about it. I don't really care. To me, everything starts for real now. And that, with Kansas State, and again, we don't like moral victories on this show. That is for you, Irish Mike. But again, if Arizona loses 27-24 at Manhattan, I'm not going to be super bummed about that. Again, I want the win, obviously. But if Arizona wins, obviously, I will be giving a middle finger to all the people that asked for an apology.
With a bye week, wow, you guys are all, it's going to get real ugly for some people out here.
All the haters will 1000% be feeling the wrath of our fist. But again, I can't have that. I just can't have a blowout. Kansas State isn't that good. By the way, ex-Arizona priority recruit Trey Spivey on Kansas State.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how good he is or anything, but I think it's
You
a
did
name.
put him as one of the people to watch at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, I just think it's a name to know. He's not bad.
Right. Now,
Arizona fans know him.
Okay, now Mr. Tyler Warden. Mr. Tyler Warden, by the way, very tall. Maybe it's just that I'm not tall, but Mr. Tyler Warden appeared to be 6'6". Mr. Tyler Warden is tall. He is definitely not.
You're what? You're 6'4"?
I'm 6'4". No, I'm only 6'2". But Mr. Tyler Warden looked like he was about 6'6". But he says, I genuinely don't think we see a dollar package if Dalton is out. Arizona people don't realize just Dalton Johnson to me is almost like the Josh Baker of the defense, in that you don't put up a ton of gaudy stats and all of that, but he's really good, Sheer.
But I will say the drop off between him and Genesis is much smaller than the drop off between Baker and Stovall.
Yes, no, totally agree.
I do agree. I think the only way you would see dollar is I think Gavin Hunter would have to be your star.
I would agree with that. You'd have to. That's because I think that's the only one.
Yeah, that's the only one. You can't put in Freeney or anything like that. You'd put in Gavin Hunter, have Genesis replace Dalton, have Hunter move, and it's doable.
Now, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you right now, and we can go back on this. Ted Wardo, stop scratching. Can you hear that?
Yeah, what is he doing?
Dude! A super snaps about to drive. Before I do those, super snap. Haha. Sure, we've missed you and White Claw Shelby at post games. I'm sure good reason, but missed nonetheless. Sure.
We'll get in a post game here, an away post game here eventually.
All right, now very, very good. Now with what were we talking about though?
You're gonna put me on the spot for something, but I wasn't.
Yeah, all right. How many points does Arizona score against Kansas State? Keep in mind, nobody's listening, and so it doesn't really matter. We can go back and change this.
I already have my score.
What do you have for your score?
I think Kansas State wins 35-27.
Oh, you're such a weenie. You are such a weenie. You have been picking Arizona all week. You even put on.
That's not true.
Yeah, you did. No, that's
Shelby. That's not true.
That's crap. I saw your tweet where you said, I'm willing to put a good amount of money on this that Arizona wins Friday. That's crap.
Can I just say the tweet? The only people that didn't understand that joke were ASU fans.
Sure. You put it out.
Sure, you're such a homer. How could you pick Arizona? It's like, no, dude, they're both the Wildcats.
No, you didn't. You said I thought you said Arizona, though.
No, just Wildcats.
Either way.
35-27 is not bad. Would you take that?
No.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't. I have high expectations for Arizona. Seriously, if Arizona loses, if they go in there and lose by like around 10 points, and again, Kansas State is good. They're not that good. That's where I'm at, though, with this, is that I still have high expectations for this team, because if they lose by 10 to Kansas State, then they're probably not going to beat Utah. And then at that point, and we talked about it too, Sheer, you're going to be losing a lot of players after this season, dude.
I don't want to think about this season. I don't want to think about next season. I'm not there yet, Mike. We're going game by game. I will say I feel better about this game than I did before the Tulane game.
Yeah. All right.
I watched the Tulane game and I said Arizona could do this. And I'll go one further. I don't even know if I should make this public yet, but who cares?
Nobody's listening, dude.
Writer picks Arizona.
He picked Arizona?
Yep, he picked Arizona.
All right. I am backing the A. Our good friend Glenn also is backing the A. Glenn thinks that Arizona is going to win 27-21.
Yeah, Glenn is dyslexic. He actually means Arizona 31, Kansas State 17.
Exactly. And so the people that are listening, that are not looking at the YouTube video, Glenn, ASU aficionado, but also silent Arizona and Jason Shear admirer, just put on there that he thinks that Arizona is going to win 27-21. Wow.
Eight hair up going in here saying Arizona 31, Kansas State 13.
I am a little surprised. Again, for the audio only edition, this is very surprising that these ASU people are picking Arizona to win. But you know what? Sometimes the blind what is it? The blind pig finds the squirrel, or no, that's not it.
Blind squirrel finds a nut, Mike.
Yeah, blind pig finds a squirrel.
And there is I was thinking the blind pig at the U of A.
Oh gosh.
Blank
Also,
finds the squirrel.
Also, Mr. Jason Shear, I don't know if you're seeing the chat, but and for our audio listeners, people in the chat are saying that our beloved Jason Shear is not standing on business.
Yeah, you're not standing on business. You're going to get slapped around like no other.
I said that Arizona is going to win one of the next 2 games. That means you have my word, barring stupid injuries, right? I will pick Arizona to beat Utah.
Hey, what's worse, a blind pig finding a squirrel or dismissing something as a smoked herring?
Oh, no. Smoked herring.
I like the smoked herring.
Mike, are we doing a live debate show tonight? Wasn't that the plan?
Oh, yeah, no, we are. Exactly.
Live presidential debate show.
I told you about the guy on Twitter that asked me like 9 times to endorse a presidential candidate.
Yeah, he's doing that to me too. Yeah. That's why I'm making fun of him.
No, I'm not.
No.
You will never get that from me. I will not do that. Period. Point blank. I will not
Dave Hickey would be the only president you would nominate.
What's that?
President Dave Hickey.
Oh my gosh, if Dave Hickey ran, I don't care what his political views are, dude. If Dave Hickey ran for president, I would quit everything I'm doing and I would be that frontline soldier for him. Absolutely, point blank. For all the people all the people out there that don't like me, you should get Dave Hickey to run for president then, and then you can get rid of me.
Michael Luke, Secretary of State. God help us.
It'd be great. No, it'd be super, super good. Now, you might say to yourself, oh, why are all these ASU people, why are they getting in the chat? That's because they want to be Arizona fans. But the one thing they have over us, and there's only one thing besides Doug Tamaro, they have one other thing. And you know what this is, Sheer?
What?
They are closer to the Gila
River
resorts and casinos.
I got that.
All right, now, everybody out there, do the wave. Do the wave. Do the wave. Come on, do the wave. Kevin Thomas, get in here. Do the wave. Look at Kevin Thomas's wave. I like how it flows much better. Mine looks like a paralyzed fish. But again, no, the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Kevin Thomas, look at Kevin Thomas. Everybody in there, get the wave. Mr. Tyler Warden is in there as well. Yes. All right. Anyways, check out the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You want to know why you want to do it, Sheer? Because it is a fun and immersive experience. You would agree with this, Sheer?
Of course I would agree with it.
Now, do you think that Glenn is seriously doing the wave behind the scenes?
100%.
1,000%. Glenn's pretending he's not. Glenn is 1,000% doing the wave. Either way, check it out. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. And again, all kinds of good stuff. Go all in with 4,500 slots and live table games, or catch all the action at any sports book. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Now, one other one. Then we're going to get to a little Arizona basketball. ASU fans generally leave during that.
We got a couple of minutes. I got to go to the presser, Mike, remember?
Okay, gotcha. Now, the game time, Sheer. Game time. Make the case.
Shelby is currently looking at the Game Time app to buy UCF tickets. We're going to go to UCF. She's going to use the first purchase because I've already used Game Time. Boom, we're there.
Are you sending me with you?
Sure, you could stay. Me, yeah.
Where are you guys staying at?
A friend's.
Oh, so I could stay there.
Maybe.
All right. Anyways, Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account and redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app. What time is it? Game time. Ooh. Okay. Now, one more. Now, let's move over to a little bit Arizona basketball. You're definitely going to see all the ASU fans leave during these segments. Now, with let's see it here. Now, Arizona basketball, the out of conference schedule is very tasty, and it was put out there. We very much like this. All right, let's go through it. Obviously, on 11/15, that's my sister's birthday, Arizona, Wisconsin. Arizona beat the snot out of Wisconsin last year. I want them to do it again this year.
That's going to be a wild night because Arizona has a home football game against Houston, too.
Yes, exactly. Arizona, Houston in football, Arizona, Wisconsin in basketball. Then Duke. You've got Duke coming to town. That is going to be Arizona went into Cameron last year and beat Duke. Duke will be coming here. This is going to be this is what I love about the Tommy gun. The Tommy gun schedule's tough. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good test. Everybody's talking about Cooper Flag. Are we putting KJ Lewis on Cooper Flag?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Right.
I don't know who they're going to put on. That's going to be interesting.
That's going to be a very interesting one. Now, Kevin, if you could bring that back up real quick again. Okay, now a couple other ones. UCLA, obviously, UCLA is going to be an interesting one. Hopefully, Mick Cronin doesn't pretend that somebody was attacked during that game. You got possibly Providence or Oklahoma. This is an awesome schedule, dude, especially with Big 12 play getting started.
Yeah, it's a great schedule. You have games that Arizona should cruise in, and then you have some games that'll prepare Arizona for the Big 12 schedule. I like it. I think it's well put together.
Yes, exactly. I'm happy about it, and I think that Jason Shearer was not a fan of Trey Townsend coming to the U of A. Jason Shearer is now a fan of Trey Townsend coming to the U of A. I think in one of these games, and I'm calling it right now, I think you're going to see Trey Townsend go for like 27 and 11. I think you're going to see some big boy games from him, and I think it's going to happen. Shearer, what say you?
Hey, I trust you, Mike. 27 and 11 is a lot, but I know how you deal with points, so I'm good. I trust you.
Yeah, exactly. That's all there is to it. Now, let's see. Did you guys see Totri say if ASU beats Duke in their exhibition, then the national media will take them seriously? No, they won't. Nobody cares about an exhibition.
Same with Arizona against Point Loma. I think if Arizona beats Point Loma in their exhibition, people take Arizona seriously.
You know what's great about this whole thing, and Glenn keeps talking about Josan Sainon. Arizona chose another player. I know that Josan Sainon is like the bee's knees for you, but Arizona chose an All-American instead of him. Period. Point blank. This is true, sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Now, T-Burns826 says 27 and 11 from Mike translates to 19 and 8, which makes sense. Hey, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's fine. I can live with 19-8. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't think we have any problem with that, do we?
No.
What really made you change your mind about Trey Townsend, especially looking at this out-of-conference schedule?
Not you. Another coach. One of the coaches said
that you were an idiot and you were wrong.
No, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm not wrong.
You were wrong on all of them last year.
I stand on business.
You were wrong on all of them last year.
I stand on business.
Yeah. No, you were wrong about Jaden Bradley. You were wrong about KJ Lewis. And you were wrong about Caleb.
I was not wrong about KJ Lewis.
You said he should have been about a top 100 player.
Yeah. What did he average last year?
Shearer, come on. Come on.
What did he average last year?
Come on. Don't make me.
We both agree that he averaged 6 points and 3 rebounds.
Don't make me. You admitted that was definitely an eval error. You said that.
6 points and 3 rebounds. Big year for KJ coming up.
Definitely said that.
Big year for KJ.
Okay. Either way. And so again, were you wrong on Caleb Love?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now, all right. So that's kind of where we're at. That was a miss. Just like everything Glenn does when it comes to predictions. All right. Before we sign off here, though, before we sign off here, Sheer, where can we find you doing all your work?
WildcatAuthority.com, Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby, and at your local Circle K.
Okay, now you might be able to find me taking your order at the local Circle K later on. But either way, no better time to become a PHNX diehard, my friends. So here's the deal. Become a diehard membership, free t-shirt of your choice from the locker, access to all of our premium written content, entrance to the Discord lounge, discount on all events. Check it out. Okay, now, before we sign off here, Glenn says, what's your excuse for Pete? If he comes to ASU, he's not going to ASU. These guys right here. These guys. I'll just leave it at that. All right. On that note, though, we will be back with you tomorrow at 10:30 for Mr. Jason Shearer. I'm Mike Luke. For everybody in the chat outside of the ASU dweebs, you guys are fantastic. We will talk with you tomorrow. Bear down, back the A.
Got 2:30, isn't it? Remember, practice.
Well, we'll find. I'll text you. All right. AZ Wildcats podcast. Thanks.
We all silly like the mayor.